Coming up, it's Friday, which means it's mailbag day. We'll talk high school football, college football, and more on Southern Sports Now. It is Friday. We're getting close to the weekend. Hope you have a great week so far. Great Friday here on August the 4th, 2023. I'm Chase Robinson. Glad you're joining us today as we've got a lot to dive into, especially on the football field. We'll talk high school football, college football. It is Friday, so we'll get in that mailbag. Got some really good questions to get to today that we'll talk about in just a little bit. But we'll start out, as we do always, with our countdowns to football. We'll start with college. We are 23 days away from the college football season, as August 26th is opening day. 10 games being played that day, including Jacksonville State. They'll take on the UTEP Miners there on the 26th in the FBS and Conference USA opener. And so we are 23 days away from the college football season. High school football, folks, it is getting so close. 21 days away from the high school football season. And so August 24th is the opening day. That is a Thursday night. And, of course, there'll be a few games that night, a lot of games on Friday night. But really, I mean, we're 3 weeks away from getting the party started with high school football. So couldn't be more excited for football season, both college and high school. As, again, we started up in the 80s. Now here we are in the 20s, in the early 20s there for football season. So very excited about that. Fall camp going on. We'll talk Alabama and Auburn. Later on in the show, we'll hear from both Nick Saban and Hugh Freeze. But Jacksonville State in the midst of fall camp, and they're getting ready for their first scrimmage tomorrow. They'll take the field tomorrow morning, and Rich Rod and staff will have a chance to see the team kind of in more of a game-like scrimmage there. You know, they see him in practice. They go head-to-head in practice, but this will be a little more hands-off of the coaches. And Rich Rod told me yesterday a little bit about what he is looking for when it comes to the scrimmage.
Yeah, some of the new guys, what they can do without coaches telling them on every play. I want the intensity to be high. They don't need to be long. I mean, if we got about 70, 80 plays in total, I'd be happy. But the intensity has to be there, and certainly the enthusiasm and the execution along with that. So
there you go. They're getting ready for scrimmage tomorrow, and a little bit about what Rich Rod wants to see. And this is good for the younger guys. A lot of new faces on this team. A lot of guys have just come into the program, so this will give the staff a chance to kind of see into these guys. A lot of position battles going on, including quarterbacks. So we'll see how they perform tomorrow as well. But we'll have reaction and some video coming up Monday of the scrimmage happening tomorrow there at Jacksonville State. And that is the first of two scrimmages. They will scrimmage next Saturday as well. So the next 2 Saturdays, they will be scrimmaging there at Jacksonville State, getting ready for their Week 0 opener. So Gamecocks get ready for UTEP on August the 26th. We'll jump to a break here. Coming up, we'll dive into the mailbag, see what kind of questions you guys sent this way. We'll do that on the other side.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you Southern Sports Now. Ted's Floors and Beyond has all of your flooring needs, whether it be hardwood, carpet, tile, laminate, luxury vinyl. They've got it for you. And you can check them out in their showroom there at Ted's on Highway 431 in Anniston. They're going to greet you and help you find what you need. But they also have their partnership with Wellborn Cabinet, where you can now get a complete kitchen or bath makeover from Ted's. That includes cabinets, countertops, flooring, backsplashes, tile showers, and now you can get outdoor work done by Ted's Floors and Beyond. They've got specialty stones and tiles. They can enhance your outdoor living space, your outdoor kitchen, around your pool, patio. Ted's Floors and Beyond can get it done for you. Check them out online, shopteds.com for more information. Go by and see them. They're on Highway 431 in Anniston, right before Sachs Elementary School. But Ted's Floors and Beyond gets it done for you. Check them out, shopteds.com. It's Friday, which means it's mailbag day, and we've got 3 really good questions to get to. But let's remind you how you can send those questions in. And you can do that by sending us an email, eansports23@gmail.com. Shoot us a message on Facebook or Twitter there is how you can get those questions into us. We do this every Friday, and we got some great questions to answer today. So we do this every Friday here on the show. We answer your sports questions in the Southern Sports Now mailbag. So question number 1, this is a fun one. What are the best new uniforms in college football? Best new uniforms in college football. I like this question. I was spent a lot of time looking at some of the new uniforms. Here's my favorite, and I got a picture of it here. This is Michigan State's, they call it their shadow uniform. I really like this. It's the black helmet, black shirt, black pants. But I really like the greenness in that dark gray outlining the numbers on the shoulder pads and through the middle of the helmet. I think it's really sharp. You use that on a night game. I think that looks really good. But I like these Michigan State, what they call the shadow uniforms that they'll have this year. Not sure what games they'll use this for. I'll have to keep an eye out on that, but I really, really like these Michigan State uniforms. The uniform game has stepped up as of late. There are a lot of pages and on Twitter and such with uniforms. So it was fun looking at some of that. But there are a lot of cool uniforms in the world of college football these days. Another question coming in to us is another college football question. And this is a really good question. Will the running backs be used more at Auburn this year? It's an excellent question. And I think the answer is yes. They really missed out on the opportunity to use a guy like Tank Bigsby and Jarquez Hunter last year. I don't know why they did not utilize the run game as much. I know the offensive line struggled at times, but when you had one of the best running backs in the country in Tank Bigsby, and you didn't utilize him like you should, that's really unfortunate because I think they could have been very successful with the run game. And we saw that a lot more when Cadillac took over midseason. But certainly I think they will be used much more. I think with Hugh Freeze being the offensive mind that he is, and the way his offense tends to run when he's a head coach, I think we'll be seeing a lot of the run game there at Auburn. And he's got a good running back room. There's still questions surrounding Jarquez Hunter. Obviously one of the best running backs in the country. We all know about the video that was leaked at the end of spring, early summer. He was not at practice yesterday, which is not a good sign. But we'll see what comes of that. His status is still unknown, but he was not at the opening day of fall camp yesterday. But I think whether or not Hunter plays, there's still a strong running back room there at Auburn, and I think they will be utilized way more than last year. The last 2 years under Brian Harsin, I think that's a very valuable position that Hugh Freeze definitely will use. So appreciate the question there on the Auburn running backs. Our last question, a little high school football question submitted to us. How will Piedmont replace Jack Hayes this year? I want to start out by saying I don't know if you can replace a player like Jack Hayes. In fact, I know you can't replace a player like Jack Hayes. Statistically, best quarterback to ever play high school football in the state of Alabama. So you're not going to replace him. But Piedmont does have some guys who are going to step up and take the position and lead the way he did. Cole Wilson, their quarterback this year, strong left-handed guy. He's very talented. He's going to help Piedmont win a lot of games. There's going to be guys that are going to have to step up to fill the hole that Jack Hayes is leaving. But I don't think that he's a player that you can say that someone is replacing him. He's irreplaceable. And you can't say that about every athlete. But there's special ones that come along, and Jack Hayes was one of those. He was a special player, 4-year starting quarterback, broke records all season long. Is, again, statistically the best quarterback to ever play high school football in the state of Alabama, and he played right here in Calhoun County at Piedmont. So he's a guy that you can't replace, but a lot of guys are going to step up, including Cole Wilson, who will be a quarterback for the Bulldogs this year, who I think is going to have a great year. And I don't think, even with losing Jack Hayes, even with a coaching change, I don't see much of a drop-off, really, with Piedmont and the success that they've had. I think deep playoff runs are still going to be happening there at the Field of Champions in Piedmont. But excited to see what the Bulldogs can do in this new era. But appreciate those questions coming in on the Southern Sports Now mailbag. Again, we do this every Friday here on the show. Coming up next, we will preview some high school football. We'll go up to Etowah County and visit with the team in our high school football previews. We'll do that next.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's Floors and Beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs.
We've partnered with Welber Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
EAN Sports is proud to bring you the best, most informative local sports content, and we want your help to be able to do that. If you have a story idea, a tip for our sportscast, or even a highlight clip you want to see on EAN Local Sports, send us an email, eansports23@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter @EAN_sports, or you can send it to the EAN News Facebook page. EAN Sports, bringing you the local sports happening in your community.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
If you see some interesting weather phenomenon in your backyard here in East Alabama, send that to us. We would love to hear from you. Send that to us at the email address you see on your screen, or through Facebook at EAN News.
EAN Sports is proud to bring you the best, most informative local sports content, and we want your help to be able to do that. If you have a story idea, a tip for our sportscast, or even a highlight clip you want to see on EAN Local Sports, send us an email, eansports23@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter @EAN News Facebook page. EAN Sports, bringing you the local sports happening in your community. For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Southern Sports Now continues here on this Friday edition of the show. Glad you're hanging out with us today as we were inching our way closer to the high school football season. We told you at the top of the show we are 21 days away from officially kicking off the high school football season. And every day here on the show until kickoff, we're going to be previewing local high school football teams. And today we're going to go up to Etowah County and talk about the Gadsden City Titans. Under Ali Smith going into his 5th season as the head coach. And Gadsden City, of course, playing in Class 6A. They've been a 7A school ever since 7A was created, ever since the school started playing in 7A there. And last year, that bumped down to 6A, which is a very good thing for the Gadsden City Titans. And you go from playing, you're in a region with Hoover and Oak Mountain and Thompson. I mean, you're in that region playing every single week. That was tough for the Gadsden City Titans. They're in 6A now, and it was a great year last year. 7 wins, went to the playoffs. Won a playoff game. It was a big year for the Gadsden City Titans to, I think, where they belong. They belong in Class 6A, and they played some really good football a year ago. And but when it comes to the team, and Coach Ali Smith had a chance to hear from him at Etowah County Media Day, and he just talked about, at the end of the day, they got a lot of players, big school, but it's all about putting the best 11 guys on the field.
We're not in college, so we don't get a chance to red shirt one or do this or do that. We're in high school, so what we figure out is, hey, let's find our best 11 guys and get them on the field. So, these two both are one of our best 11 guys, and so they'll be on the football field. We'll get creative to make sure that we get our best guys on the field.
And last year, I think they did that. Again, 7 wins, which was much an improvement for the Gadsden City Titans. Won some big games, won some close games against some good teams. But certainly I know they are glad to be down in 6A. They played in that Huntsville region for a while with like Sparkman and Buckhorn and Albertville and those types of teams. But then they got moved to that 3A or 7A Region 3 where it was just a gauntlet every single week. We'll look at their schedule in just a little bit, but you look back over the last 5 years that Ali Smith has been the head coach. He was an assistant all the way back to the beginning under Joe Billingsley when the school first started. Ali Smith has been there and has been a part of the program. But he talked about just what he's seen over the last 5 years that he's been the head coach and the growth of the football program and the buy-in he's had there from the Gadsden City Titans.
Back and when I look at things that I do or don't have to do as a head coach now, and then I understand when I walk in the weight room or go out for conditioning or when we line up for just specialty or anything like that, our kids understand the process of the hard work. They understand if I don't have to look for them at 5:30, 5:40 in the mornings when they're supposed to be there, or if we change the practice in the evening, the communication there, they understand the holding each other accountable. They still boys, and they still kids, but they understand the process and the hard work and the competitive nature. A couple years ago, we would go out and we go to 7-on-7s, OTAs. When we first started that, we kind of knew we was going to take our lumps. And so right now, we feel good about going out and competing.
One thing about Gadsden City, they've been one of the probably the largest school in East Alabama for a number of years. But a lot of coaching turnover. It seemed like every couple of years they were getting a new coach. Now that Ali Smith has been there his 5th season, he's had a chance to kind of get the program where it needs to be. And so I was glad to see, him sticking around. He's a Gadsden guy through and through. That's where he's from Gadsden, played high school ball there at Gadsden High School and now coaching the Titans. So you get a guy who loves that area, who wants to be there and build that program. That's what he's doing. I think that's really what Gadsden City needed. And so it's great to see Ali Smith and just hearing him, the way he's seen the program grow and the help he's received, the support he receives. That's big for a school like Gadsden City. Let's take a look at their schedule, though, this season. Again, playing in Class 6A. Region 8. They'll start the season off on the road at Carver-Montgomery on August the 25th. Week 0 matchup there. They'll have Carver-Montgomery. They'll come back home and host Hewitt-Trussville on September the 1st. September the 8th will begin region play there as they go on the road to Buckhorn. On the 15th, they'll host Fort Payne in a region game. September 22nd, they take a break from region play for 2 straight weeks. They'll have Hartselle on the road. They'll have Hillcrest Tuscaloosa on the road. So those are 2 non-region games. On October the 6th, they'll get back into region play as they host Hazel Green, and then they'll host May Jemison. October 20th, they will round out their region schedule with a trip up to Huntsville to take on Lee of Huntsville. They'll finish the season on October 27th against Calera. And so they'll have that one at home. But again, the region games are at Buckhorn, home against Fort Payne, home against Hazel Green and May Jemison, and then a road game at Lee of Huntsville. So you get a lot of 8-team regions, a lot of 7-team regions. This is actually just a 6-team region. That's why they have 5 non-region games to make up their schedule. So this region's a little different there in 6A Region 8, but some really good football. Fort Payne is supposed to be really good this year. Of course, May Jemison has former Anderson coach Rico White as their head coach. Hazel Green traditionally very well. Buckhorn also. So it's a tough schedule for the Titans, but I think they're playing really good football right now. And again, they finished the season 7-5 last year. And you go back to 2021, it was a 5-5 year, 3-7 in 2020, 1-9 in 2019, 3-7 in 2018. So things are on the up and up there, and I think a big part of that is they're able to play 6A football now. With they were one of the smallest 7A schools, and when you're going up against the biggest every Friday night, that'll put a wear on you. But these guys are confident this year and ready to go. So I'm excited to see what Ollie Smith and the Gadsden City Titans can do coming up in 2023. Should be fun to keep up with those Titans. We'll jump to a break here. Coming up, we'll talk Alabama and Auburn Fall Camp. We'll hear from both head coaches coming up as well.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Back here on Southern Sports Now, here on a Friday, as fall camp has started for the Alabama Crimson Tide, for the Auburn Tigers. Lots to be excited about for the fan bases of both of these teams. Jacksonville State actually started a week early because their week 0 game, but just about all the other college football teams began in the last couple of days, some starting today. But Alabama and Auburn both hit the field yesterday, and Nick Saban spoke after practice. Hugh Freeze spoke before practice, actually. So we'll hear from both head coaches in just a little bit. But some intriguing stuff happening with both teams as we get ready for fall camp. I mean, the fact that Auburn has all the new guys, Alabama has a lot of position battles, and so there's some things that we'll be keeping an eye on as fall camp begins there for both teams. But for Auburn, again, it is all the new guys that are a part of this team. 20-something guys came after spring practice. So Hugh Freeze talked yesterday before practice about just kind of how uncomfortable this fall camp is for all the guys he's got to learn. They've got to learn the system, and so it could take a little getting used to for the team. But Hugh Freeze talked about that yesterday.
It's the most uncomfortable. This is probably Kirk on our way down asked me, man, how excited are you about fall camp? And I said, this is the most uncomfortable fall camp I'm going into, and it's because of the new world. And obviously we have players that we added after spring ball. One's a quarterback, and I haven't coached him a single practice, and everybody's asking, what do you think? I have no idea. And so it makes me feel a little bit anxious that I feel like I may be behind in our evaluation of who we are and what we can do, and maybe we are. That's a feeling I have to battle, and I'm ready to get it, on the field and try to see what's accurate. Are we really behind in our evaluation because we have so many new faces and they're learning a new system, and is it okay and we're on track?
He brings up a good point. I mean, anytime you get a transfer quarterback in the summer, just like Alabama did, just like Auburn did, I mean, these coaches have not coached them a single time in practice. And so all the talk is, well, who's going to be the starting quarterback? Well, they haven't even had a chance to coach him yet. So, it'll take some time to find out, but we'll see how that goes. But just a lot of new guys on the team, 42 in all on the roster since Hugh Freeze arrived, 20 since spring practice. And so it may take a little bit for this team to gel, but I think the Auburn Tigers will be all right this year, and we'll see them as they hit the field in a few weeks. And Alabama hit the practice field yesterday as well. And following practice, Nick Saban just talked about a few characteristics he's looking for out of this team as they hit the field for fall camp.
Talent is not enough, because at some point in time you're going to meet the person that has the same amount of talent that you do. So if you don't have the right mindset to go with that talent, which means you got resiliency, you got work ethic, you got perseverance, you can overcome adversity, you got discipline to pay attention to detail, do the little things right, so that you can execute at a high level all the time. So you're going to take advantage and bring your talent to fruition. But I also think having humility is something that's important, because if you have humility, there's a better way. So you're always looking for a better way. So you have tremendous gratitude for the people who are trying to teach you, whether it's your parents, your teacher, your coach, whoever it is. And you have great relationships with those people. And you can self-assess, and there's a better way, and that's how you improve.
Always find the better way to do things there. Characteristic Nick Saban wants to see out of his team coming up as they begin practice, getting ready for another year, as they'll kick things off with Middle Tennessee State here in a few weeks. Labor Day weekend to get the season started, but they're on the practice field. So again, a lot of position battles, and throughout the press conference, he kind of spoke on those, which will be interesting to see who ends up on the field. I mean, I think Alabama is set to have a successful year on defense. We'll see how the offense looks as well with who plays quarterback, but a lot of questions to be answered during fall camp for both Auburn and Alabama. We'll be all over it with fall camp intel and coverage throughout as we get ready for the season to kick off. But we'll hear from Saban and Freeze quite often here on the show as we get you Alabama and Auburn fans ready for the college football season. season. That's all the time we have for you today. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll do it all again Monday for a new week of Southern sports now as we get closer to football season. We'll have a lot to get to. Continue our high school previews and much more. Remember to like our East Alabama Now Facebook page, subscribe to our East Alabama Now YouTube channel, share it with your friends, spread the word. We'll see you on Monday.